How's it going, everyone? Sethphir here, and we are back finally. It's been a great summer. We've been having fun, relaxing, but it is finally time to get back in the swing of things as we have a few games on the horizon. So today I just wanted to make a video, sort of a update for the channel, and let you know a few things about plans where we're going in the future, what games we're going to be checking out, and all those goodies. So for today, the breakdown of this video, part one is going to talk about the state of MMORPGs in general and games and how they're developing currently. So I just wanted to talk briefly about that. Then I'm going to be talking about the games that I am currently playing right now, followed up by my plans for New World and the content that may come in the future. And finally, we're going to be talking about the games that I plan to pursue that are not New World. So we're going to be, talk about new releases and up and coming stuff. So we're going to have a lot of that coming to the channel. So first, we'll go ahead and start with the state of MMORPGs and games in general. When New World was coming out, I was super hyped. It was really fun, and I had a great time in New World. It was a good game, all in all. It was ridden with a lot of bugs and things that needed to be fixed, in my opinion. Released a little too early, but that's okay. I definitely had a blast. I got my money's worth, and it was a good time. But I feel like that seems to be the trend. Like, these games are just coming out, they're being pushed out. Like MMOs especially are being pushed out maybe before they're ready, and we kind of have this like unfinished thing that's sort of like a work in progress. And I seem to see that with a lot of other games. Recently Diablo Immortal came out, and it kind of had some stuff there, but it had its whole issue with the whole pay to win and monetization and a couple other different things like that. Everybody else seems to be holding their cards close to their chest when it comes to other MMORPGs like Ashes of Creation. They're still in the development cycle and have been for quite a while. I wouldn't expect them to come out anytime soon. So it seems that we're in a sort of drought for games, at least in my opinion. We do have some coming up in the future, but as for now, it was a little dry for me, and that's why I kind of took a little bit of a break. So that's just kind of where I'm at the moment with MMORPGs and everything. Of course, I'm going to be getting back into the swing of things here now that we have summer passing and there are a lot of good games on the horizon. So we'll go ahead and dive into the next topic and then get into that full stuff at the end. But I wanted to talk about the games that I'm currently playing right now. So right now I'm currently playing Diablo Immortal, but I'm choosing not to make video content over it just due to the monetization model and the way that the game is in terms of pay to win. So I'm sure a few of you have probably already seen that. I'm doing quite well as a free-to-play player in there. I'm an Immortal currently, and I'm having a blast with the clan or guild that I'm in. So I feel I have a bit of responsibility to keep them going and in the Immortal driving seat, at least for the foreseeable future. So I'm kind of sticking with that. It gives me something to do every day, and it's definitely interesting. And then besides that, I've been playing a little bit of like TFT and stuff on the side. I know maybe none of you know this, but I do like TFT. I've been challengers in it a few times, but I just make random accounts, and it's definitely a blast. So I've just been playing little side games here and there. I do plan to focus on other games that are coming up. These are not going to be the games I'm going to be focusing on. So we'll go ahead and jump into a kind of another side topic here. But first, I do want to know, what are you guys playing right now in terms of MMORPGs or other games? What kind of games are you interested in? What are you playing? What's been, filling that void, that gap for you? What are you hopeful for? I'm actually very curious to know, so feel free to comment down below and let me know what you guys are feeling at the moment. So jumping into the next topic, I'm going to talk about my plans for New World. New World is probably one of my favorite games. I love this game, but it did hit a personal wall for me where there was just not enough content in the game. Like, my dungeon team, we consumed everything, right? We did mutation 10s on all the stuff. We cleared it on the PTR before it was even out. We cleared it as soon as the game was out, and we did everything. Like, we had the gear, we upgraded all that stuff. We saw the end. The end was in sight. So for us, we kind of beat the game, right? There was the PvP system earlier with the wars and stuff, but it didn't really have much weight because the whole way the 50 first 50 played out with all the glitches and the lag and people exploiting and not being punished for exploiting, that kind of accrued this sort of wealth that snowballed on the server, and they kept using that wealth to pick up, you know, all the good players and things like that. It wasn't a great thing, and you know, there wasn't anything there for me. Like, I come from a competitive background and I love balanced and fair fights, and it wasn't getting it, right? I know that New World now has the 3v3 arena, which I tested on the PTR and played a little bit of, but it is fun, but with a lack of a real true ladder system that kind of dissuades me a little bit from wanting to participate in that too much. I know you can earn and grind for the PvP salt and get some different gears, but really until we have like a solid fundamental system set there and solid end-game raiding content that involves multiple players, that is difficult and challenging and not just, you know, a mutated, buffed up dungeon that we've all already done before with slightly different variants and factors, I'll probably be not playing New World for the foreseeable future until they add those things in. I do have my eye on it. I'm going to be keeping up to date with the news and seeing for the moment that they start announcing things like that, and I will be more than happy to jump back in and start covering content for New World. So that's going to be that section, and now we'll go ahead and move on to the plans for the future of the channel. So this is going to be the games that I plan to pursue. So we're going to kind of go in a sort of a chronological order here, but my plans coming up for July, I am going to be checking out a game called Noah's Heart. It is a similar game to Genshin. I have some expectations for it, but maybe not too much. It's coming out on July 28th, so I pre-registered for it. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to dive into it a little bit, but I don't think that it's going to be something too massive. The game that I do believe is going to be very big and that I will be focusing a lot of my time on coming up is going to be Tower of Fantasy, which I believe should launch somewhere in August. They don't have a set date for it, but Tower of Fantasy is a MMORPG, but it's also similar to Genshin Impact. It's got that anime style and similar style of play. There is a small gacha element to it. The gacha element is not so bad in terms of the value that you have to spend, but the main thing of it, there's a lot of free-to-play friendly mechanics within it, as well as pity systems that really make it to where you can obtain the things that you want over time, and you don't feel super pressured to, you know, shell out all kinds of money for your favorite waifu or whatever that is that you want to do, as well as the free-to-play players or characters being quite strong. Actually, in my opinion, some of them are the best in the game, and this is coming from someone who's alpha and beta tested the game and also been doing a lot of research as far as it goes for like deep dive for it. So that's going to be one that I'm going to be checking out. It's going to have a 1v1 PvP battle arena, sort of say, with a ranked ladder. It has tons of PvE ladders, as well as a battle royale mode similar to Naraka Blade Point, which was a game I really liked, but unfortunately Naraka Blade Point came out before New World, so I wasn't able to dive fully in it. But I did reach the top of the ladder in Naraka, and it was a blast. I really love this battle royale style with swords and bows and cool weapons like that, you know, not just your normal shooter thing. So that's going to be one that I'm going to be heavily pursuing when it comes up, and it is going to be something I'll be covering a lot of guides for, talking about like end game content, talking about value, like what's best to spend your currency on, the best characters in the game. I'm going to give tier lists for that and all kinds of great stuff, so I would strongly encourage you to check that out. And in fact, I will probably have a couple videos coming up here later on this week that will be linking the pre-registration and talking about the game in general. I'm going to give it a fair critique, let you know in what areas it is strong and what areas it suffers in, and we'll kind of develop it as it goes on from there. So aside from that, I will also be checking out World of Warcraft Dragonflight, and I never thought I'd be saying this for a while, but I have been doing some research into the new World of Warcraft expansion, and I think it does look pretty decent, although take that with a grain of salt, because we all know when a new World of Warcraft expansion comes out, they tell us the same thing, like, oh, it's gonna be so good, and all the problems are fixed, and yeah, okay, we'll see it for ourselves. I'm gonna give it a go and see how it is. I am an avid Demon Hunter player. I do love to play PvP Arena. I'm quite known for making Demon Hunter very notorious and hated in Arena, and I think I probably got Demon Hunter nerfed quite a few times, but I'll probably be checking that one out, as well as the new class, the Evoker, because it does pique my interest, having a very unique play style that's going to be added to the World of Warcraft franchise there. So I'll be checking that one out, and that comes out late December, so probably towards Christmas. That's going to be quite a little while, and that's going to lead us into 2023. But those are going to be the games I'm going to be covering for now, for sure. I'm going to check out a few other releases along the way. I'm keeping my eye out there searching. So again, if you have any game that you think is going to be good, you think is going to be fun, a lot of good quality in it, go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what you're looking at in the future as well. What kind of games do you think are on the horizon in the up and coming? And then in the far foreseeable future, I'm probably going to be looking at Ashes of Creation being one of the bigger, AAA title MMORPGs. So that's going to be something I'm going to be checking out. But like I said, they're still in a deep development cycle, so it's probably going to be a little while for that one. Anyways, thanks for listening to me rant. It's good to be back, and I missed you guys. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell button down below to show your support, and we will catch you in the next video.